Yeah, so coming to PAX here for the first time.
はい、楽しんでください。
Please have something special for you before enjoying it.
Yes, we brought some special things with you. So what do you think of PAX? I mean, you just got in, but you've been around. I mean, you said you're at the Tokyo Game Show. You told me stories of riding the trains at the Tokyo Game Show and meeting all the fans that way. What's it been like for you so far to meet everyone here at PAX and see the games?
まだ実は見てないんで。
Honestly, I haven't had much time to look around the show yet.
この後ちょっと会場行けたら行きたいと思いま
But
す。
after this is done, I'm trying to look around the show floor.
Fantastic. All right. Well, we'll look forward to seeing you on the show floor. But first, we'll talk a little bit about the history of the Metal Gear franchise. We're going to get to the future. But I think, a lot of these fans, how many of you guys have been playing Metal Gear since the beginning, Metal Gear Solid? So we're going to talk a little about the creation of Metal Gear, the 25th anniversary here. What was going through your mind when you were first creating Metal Gear, the genesis of that idea? Tell us about how it all came about with that.
25年前なんですけども、コンバットゲーム主流の時代に、ちょっと違う今までなかった新しいものを作りたいということで、シューティングなんですけども、自ら敵を倒すんじゃなくて、見つからないように潜入していくっていう、そういうゲームになったので、そこの発想からできたのがメタルギアです。
So this is going back about 25 years, and back then I wanted to do something different, something new. So all the games back then were mostly about attacking the enemies, but I wanted to look at them from a different angle and try to maybe do something where you approach the enemy without having to attack them, go in and sneak in. So I wanted to try something a little bit different. That's where the idea came from.
で当然25年も続くとは全く思ってませんでしたので、非常にびっくりします僕も。
And honestly, I didn't think it would continue for 25 years, so it's kind of a shock to me actually that I'm still doing it now.
Snake obviously is an iconic character. Sounds like you may be seeing him in Ground Zero, so we'll get to that. I think there's always been this link between Snake and the idea of Snake Plissken from Escape from New York. When you were creating this character, was that the inspiration? I mean, at the time, you seemed to want to have an American character in this game, not a Japanese character. For a Japanese character, that was certainly bold back in the day to do that. Do you remember why you did that?
まずですね、エスケープフロムニューヨークがあって作ったんじゃないです。
So first of all, I just want to make it clear that I didn't make Snake because I saw Escape from New York.
僕カーペンターの大ファンなんで、オマージュはしてます。
So I am a big Carpenter's fan, so I love his movies, and that's why I put a little bit of homage in there. That's not where the original concept came from.
まず主人公は特殊部隊なので本名を明かさないのでコードネームが必要です。
So of course, the main character is in the special forces unit, so we needed the first name, code name, right?
なんでスコーピオンでもコブラでもスネークでも何でもよかったんですけども、やっぱり潜入するということはその痕跡を残さずに行く動物ということで、ヘビみたいなヘビっていうのは草木を倒さないで進んでいくので、それでスネークとつけました。
So of course, you needed a code name, Cobra, Scorpion, or Spider, anything like that could have worked. But I felt that the idea of snake was really the best to express this feeling of sneaking around things and moving undetected.
で僕がなぜアメリカ人を主人公にしているかということですが、世界中の文化に影響を受けて物語を作り出したので、自分が書いた子供の頃の小説とか全部日本の舞台のやつは一個もないです。
So, as far as why the character is not Japanese, I want to have this grand scale to things, and all the things that I was influenced by, like novels and things when I was a kid, most of them didn't take place in Japan.
なんでゲームに関してもスナッチャーぐらいがですね、未来と神戸ですけども、他は、アメリカを舞台にしてスケールの大きい話を作りたいので、アメリカを舞台でアメリカ人が主人公ということです。
So, most of my games, Snatcher being the exception since it's a futuristic sci-fi game. The remainder of the games, however, are primarily set in the United States, with the main character who's American.
All right, so you did, obviously, the creation of Metal Gear was so important as in your career. Tell us about Snake as a character, his relationship with Mr. Shikawa, building this character. Did he always look the same, or did you experiment with early sketches and other ideas for him? I mean, you talked about his name, obviously, being a snake sleeping around. How did you create this character?
ですまずキャラクターの設定を、徹底的にします。子供の頃どこで生まれて何をして現在に至る、あるいはその未来お話で語るその先のことまでを細かく設定をしていきます。そしてどんなセリフを言うとかも、それを膨大な資料を作ると。
So first of all, the way I approach creating a character is I think about the character's past, his history, where he was born, and try to outline his life, and then build upon that, and what kind of things would he say, what would this character do.
それをしんちゃんに新格に見せて、そこからキャッチボールしながらキャラクターを作っています。
Then I give that concept to Shinkawa-san, and then we discuss it and throw ideas back and forth on the character concept.
何しろ、しんちゃんはですね、たまに僕の言うこと聞かないので、全然違う男のキャラクターの女の子にしてきたりするのが非常に面白くて、それで採用されるキャラクターも多いですね。
Yeah, so the things, Shinkawa-san has very unique ideas, and he doesn't always just listen to what I tell him. So he comes up with a lot of cool, unique ideas that come about as a result of this discussion process.
最初のスネークはやっぱり 3D じゃなかったので、スプライト要素オブジェクトだったので、あんまりその、風貌とかキャラクター性を、注力せず、それは表現力が乏しかったので、そこはあやふやなままスタートしたんですけども、プレイステーションになってからそういうわけにはいかないので、ちょっと細かく仕草とか動きとか、カラーリングとかっていうのも、進化の2人で考えながら作りました。
Of course, Snake as a character has his roots from the era of 2D games, and at that time, there were limits to what we could express. So at the beginning, he's a pretty ambiguous character. He didn't talk very much. He didn't have a lot of personality. But of course, once it evolved to the PlayStation era, that wouldn't do. So that's when I really started to talk to Shinkawa-san about applying different colors to the character and very specific details.
スネークはあくまでもスネークって暗号名なので、本名は皆さんなので、それ以上のことはゲーム中で言わないようにしています。
Yeah, so the other thing is, Snake is the character in the game. That's the code name, but really, Snake is you. So that's another thing that plays into the design as well.
Character we all know. We're glad you make it seem like he's back, right?
ドラマね。
Yeah.
Let's talk about some of the other characters. Big Boss, Ocelot, those types of characters. People love them, and I think the interesting to the origin stories behind some of those characters. What was your creative process in thinking about the characters that were around some of this world?
オセロットに関しては日本でいうとマカロニウエスタン、こっちでいうとスパゲッティウエスタンっていう国際武劇大好きだったんで、そのキャラクターを出したいということで、作ったのがオセロットです。
So as far as Ocelot is concerned, in particular, I'm a big fan of spaghetti westerns, and I want to have a character like that in my games. So that's where the idea for Ocelot came from.
でビッグボスとかに関してはメタルギアっていうのは次の世代に何を伝えるかというテーマなんですけども、要は自分が、両親とかを超えていくという、自分が前の世代を超えていく、前の世代を超えながら次の世代を紡いでいくっていうストーリーなので、そのための非常に重要な、キャラクターとして、スネークの親としてのビッグボスを出しました。
As far as Big Boss is concerned, one of the overall themes of your series is having the main character basically surpass his predecessors, surpass the people who came before him, and really usher in a new generation. So in that sense, Metal Gear Solid 3 is really a key chapter in the series, and Big Boss is a very key character because he's basically like Snake's father. So that's where I really want to put a lot of detail into that character.
There's obviously another character we should talk about, which is Ryden, his sort of involvement across the series. We all remember that surprise in Metal Gear Solid 2, you weren't expecting. Well-kept secret, I remember when I was playing. He's going to make his debut in his own game, which he announced a few years ago at E3 and was involved into Metal Gear Rising: Vengeance, we talked about the BJs last year. tell us about the creation of this character. I think he was very, very controversial, obviously, when it was first introduced.
ライデン好きですか皆さん。
So first of all, how many people here like riding?
How many people hate it?
ラーメンね、メタリカソリッドでスネークがすごくこう世界中で伝説化されました。
So, first of all, Snake became very popular with Metal Gear Solid 1.
なんで、2から入る人にとってはビッグボスなんですよね、スネーク。
So for people who jump in at Metal Gear Solid 2, from their perspective, Snake is already like a big boss type of character.
なんで、ライデンというのは、最初のメタルギアでいうスネークの位置になる。要はスネークを超えていく新しいキャラですということで作ったんですね。
But as I mentioned earlier, there's that theme about exceeding your predecessors. From that perspective, Raiden is like the original Snake in the original Metal Gear, and he's the guy who has to surpass his predecessor, who is Solid Snake.
でもう一つはその、スネークというのがこう神格化された中で、プレイヤーが操作するのではなくてもっとキャラクターを作りたかったんで、ライデンという新しいキャラクターを動かしながら客観的にスネークを見ることでさらに英雄度が増すというかそういう作り方を MGS2 でやりました、結果的には不評だったんですけどね。
And so, another thing is, Snake is kind of like this legendary hero, and so I wanted to build upon that. And rather than have the player play as this legend, it's more effective to have someone else looking at him and seeing him as a separate character, as this really cool character who helps you on the side. So that's why I wanted to come up with this new character, Raiden, as the main player character. That was the original concept. In the end, maybe it didn't work out so well. Some people didn't really like him, but that's really the concept.
Well, they're going to get another taste of him with Metal Gear Rising and Vengeance. Talk about this, the choice, obviously, to put him in this game. You first teased it, I think, 3-4 years, 3 probably years ago at E3. Why did you choose to give him his own game? And then, the other thing about this game, which I have to ask you, which I haven't asked you before, is the idea of Revengeance as a name. It's such an awesome name. How do you come up with the word Revengeance?
僕、スネークもそうですけど、ライデンも僕が作り出したキャラクター非常に実は好きなんです。
So, honestly though, Raiden like Snake is a character that I created, and I really like him. I love him.
で2の時にちょっとヘナチャコな部分を見せてしまいましたので、やっぱりライデンも本当のかっこよさっていうのがあるので、それを MGS4 で出しました。
And in Metal Gear Solid 2, because of the way the story panned out, maybe Raiden wasn't as popular a character as he could have been, but then we kind of wanted to show how he could be cool in Metal Gear Solid 4.
ちょっとですね、MGS2 の反対でかっこいいライデンが出てきて、で自分はスネークをプレイするんですけど、今度はユーザー皆さんは、ライデンを操作したいっていうすごいオファーがあったので、ライデンを今度もう一度かっこいいライデンを皆さんで動かしてもらおうと思って作ってるのがライデンですね。
So this time, it's kind of like flipping the tables around. So this time in Metal Gear Solid 4, people were playing as Snake, and they saw Raiden on the sidelines and thought he was a really awesome, cool character, and they kicked ass. And so at that point, we got requests, and people asked me, well, are you going to make a game? We'd love to control Raiden, so that's why we decided to live on that path and make him a player character.
でタイトルは両方僕が決めたんですけども、ライジングというのは、ライデンをライジングさせるという意味もあります。あるいはライジングさんというその、刀を持ってますので、日本の象徴の刀を持ったライデンをもう一度皆さんに見せたいという思いがあってライジングしました。
As far as the rising component of the title, that's really about raising up the character of Raiden, bringing him up, kind of like a rising sun kind of concept, just coming up, stepping up to the stage, being the main character, and also because he uses a sword, he uses a katana, and kind of has that samurai feeling to it.
でリベンジェンスはそのライジング一度ちょっとプロジェクトがうまくいかなくなったので、ベンジェンス復讐をする、もう一度ライデンが復讐するということなんです。それでは弱い、一回ごつってるんで、それでリをつけて、再々復讐みたいな造語を作ってリベンジェンスとしました。
And as far as Revengeance is concerned, this is kind of an internal thing, but at one point Rising did kind of fall apart, and we had to start from scratch. So it was kind of our goal to make it something that we try again. We get vengeance, get our revenge upon the old project that fell apart. So the re is like adding that component of, okay, let's try it again, let's restart, let's do it, and get our revenge. So that's where that concept came from.
So we premiered obviously the first trailer for Rise of the Revenge at the Video Game Awards last year. It was an honor to have you there. I think fans were excited about what they saw and played at E3. I think it's slicing the character is great. I don't know if you guys have gone hands on. You like how it plays? Very impressive with the community of the action to play that game. You're also working with folks at Platinum Games on that title. So tell us a bit about that game, the demo, and sort of the progress on that project. People haven't played it. What excites you about where that game is right now and what we're playing?
ですね、とにかく何でも切れます。どのでも切れます。こんなゲームないと思うんですよ。
I think, of course, the biggest selling point is that you can cut almost anything, you can cut things freely. And I don't think there's been a game like that before.
でメタルギアソリッドっていうのはずっと我慢する。隠れて見つからないように我慢。ストレスのゲームです。
Traditionally, Metal Gear Solid over here has been a game where you're always holding back. You can't freely go out there and attack.
世の中に腹立つこといっぱいありますので、皆さん、僕もそうですけど、毎日、頭にきてる人多いと思いますね。
And for a lot of people, maybe that adds to the stress that you're experiencing in your everyday life. You don't just go out there and cut things up if you can.
そういうものにリベンジするためにも切って切りまくると、細切れです。このぐらいにしてください。もう思いっきり切ってください。そこですね、やっぱりこのゲームのすごさ。
This is your chance to get revenge. Go out there, revenge on life, go and cut everything up. Just small, tiny little pieces, just cut the enemy's head. However you want.
Platinum Games, your partner on this has done a great job on it. Tell me about working with them. I remember when we met, last summer we were talking about big secrets of Platinum Games, doing this game, that partnership. I think it's absolutely the right partnership for this style of game. But how is it working with those guys?
非常に楽しいですね。大好きなんです。プラチナゲームの人たちとものづくりのソウルというそこは非常にパッションがあるので、どっちかというと個人プロの連中より好きですね。シーンとして。
Yeah, it's actually been a lot of fun, and Platinum has a lot of cool original ideas, so it's been a lot of fun working with them. They come up with a lot of neat ideas, things that we couldn't think of that could do productions.
プラチナゲームスの最高傑作になると思うんですけど、僕はオオカミが好きなんで、それを超えていただくという。オオカミね、オオカミね。
Yeah, so I think this may hopefully.
ごめんなさい。いいです。でオオカミはあれですよね、不幸の時ですよね。
So basically, he's saying this may end up being, what he hopes will be Platinum's greatest game, and he's a big Okami fan, so he's hoping he's looking forward to having this kind of the reason he stepped back is because Okami was down, back was, the team's at Capcom, so that's why he got set back a little bit, but yes.
すいません。
So apologies to Platinum.
All right, well, we're excited about what you guys do with PG on that next February. Now, it's interesting that you're kind of branching the Metal Gear series in a couple of directions here. At one point it was Metal Gear Solid Rising, now it's Metal Gear Rising. Do you see this as a new line of Metal Gear games? Do you have other characters in the franchise starring their own game? Do you ever partner with another outside developer? Are you working with Platinum in the future?
あんまりスピンオフっていうのは好きじゃないんで、そんなには考えていないですね。
So, first of all, I'm not a huge fan of spin-offs, so it's hard to say at this point.
ただライジングに関しては、これで成功すれば、プラチナさんと続けてやりたいと思っています。
But, as far as Rising,
いいですか
if it works out well, I really would like to work with Platinum again and make a sequel. ザ・ボスを主人公にしてコブラ舞台っていうのを前から言ってるんです。これはスピンオフというよりも、これは僕個人的には作りたいなと思ってます。まだちょっと実現するかどうかわかりませんけど。And of course, I've talked previously about a game featuring, the boss as the main character previously, and that's something I really would love to make. hard to say right now, but right now we're really loving working with Platinum.
All right, fantastic. Great track. Horizon Independence, it comes out on February 19th, and you guys can stop by the Amazon checkout stand at the Konami booth to pre-order Horizon in February. You'll get a free limited edition Metal Gear Rising Vengeance t-shirt if you do that. Not as nice as this t-shirt.
Yeah, you can't get this one. Sorry about that.
Yeah. All right. Let's talk a little bit about kind of the future of Metal Gear. We had this big event in Japan just a couple days ago. We flew right from there, and I knew about some of the things we were going to be talking about when we met in the summer. But you also made an announcement that the movie, I guess, is going to be coming. More movement on the movie. There's been lots of talk over the years. So the pictures and folks being involved. Work with the writer, the director, and the cast to bring this to life. I don't know if you on the spot, but do you have any choices for kind of if you had a dream director or an actor to play Snake, who would you like to see direct this movie?
これは公式違いますよ。個人的な。
So first of all, I just want to make sure that nobody misunderstands this. None of this is confirmed. This is just a complete wish list here.
僕は監督しません。
And also, I just want to make it clear that I will not be directing this myself.
まあ好きな監督がいっぱいいますけど、そうです。監督しない。
Yeah, okay, good.
クリストファー・ノーランとかベン・アフレックとか、マシュー・ボーンとか、その辺の人たちが皆さんはどういう監督にしてほしいか分かりませんが。
What do you guys think? We're not sure what kind of directors you guys may want.
あとスネープの役者さんは昔はヒュージャックマンって言ってましたけど、違う人みたいな感じですけどね。
He's out there a lot, so maybe somebody else might be better. Not sure yet.
で、今のところは痩せたトム・ハーディ。
And maybe Tom Hardy. Yeah, I can't give you details yet. We're still very early.
今まで十数年いろいろありましたけど、今回のプロジェクトは非常に角度が高いと思いますので、間違いなくいい映画になると思います。
So there's been talks about this for the past 15 years, something like that. And this project is very important, so I want to take my time and make sure it's done right. And it's a very important and difficult project.
Awesome. Movie. Now, getting close to that time. We're talking about the future. So Fox Engine, you've been teasing this for a while. Project Ogre, Fox Engine, Kojima on Twitter. You've seen them always teasing about mocap, the things they're doing through this Fox Engine. This is a new engine which runs on the current generation consoles, right? So this is PC and PS3, Xbox 360. Tell us about the creation of this engine. I know it's been a multi-year process for you. We saw a video a couple years ago. There was a sort of jungle setting when you first showed it. You wanted to create this new engine. Why did you want to create it? What was the goal with Fox Engine?
世界中に素晴らしいエンジンがあります。クライエンジンとか、フロストライト2とか、アンビアンとか。で、いいんですけども、ブラックボックスなんで、やっぱり自分たちが中身を上げて細かいところで修正とかしたいので、それには自分たちのエンジンを作るしかないということで、作っています。
Well, first of all, I want to start off by saying that there are a lot of amazing game engines out there, CryEngine, Frostbite, Unreal. The thing is, we wanted to have ourselves and really tailor the engine to our specifications, the things that we want to do with the game.
僕らのチームってその一つのプラットフォームに特化してすごくそのマシンモチュをそう直に叩きながらゲームを作ってきたんですけども、時代はそうじゃなくて、クラウドを見据えたマルチなプラットフォームですごく効率のいい、開発をしたいということで、もうそのボックスエンジンを、作っている理由の一つだと思います。
And also, previously, the way we approach things, always focusing on specific hardware and things like that. This time, we really want to make things more efficient. Look at how we can make games easier, in a better way. Using the cloud and things like that. So that's why we decided we want to make this new Fox engine.
ボックスエンジンは、ある程度できていまして、それをチューンするためにゲームを作りながら、調整しています。
And at this point in time, Fox engine, it's to a certain level, we can already start making a game with it. And so as we make a game, we're adjusting things to our needs.
当然、ボックスエンジンを使えば FPS とか TPS とか、いわゆるアンチャーテッドみたいなリニアなゲームとかも作れますけども、僕はそのオープンワールドが一番難度が高いので、それを僕は直接今作っていると。それができれば、いろんなコナミのサイレントヒルとかもボックスで作っていこうと思います。
So, the thing is, once we get the Fox engine moving as it is now, you can use it to make an FPS, use it to make a game like Uncharted and non-Rails type of game. You can really do anything you want with it. But what I want to do, and the biggest challenge for me, would be making an open world game. So that's what I'm trying to do with it right now. But once it's out there, I'm sure other Konami studios may use it as well. So maybe you may see it used for Silent Hill, for example, possibly.
Now, let's move on to what you showed from Fox Engine recently in Japan. Premiere Race was the first real-time demo, running in real time. This demo that you guys have probably read some tweets and some conversations about online after the premiere in Japan. I guess that was Thursday night. Why don't you tell us a bit, what you showed, why you showed it, what were you trying to accomplish with this demo?
ホックスエンジン上で動いている今から私のゲームの映像です。テックデモではないです。
So first of all, what I want to make clear is that this is not a tech demo. This is a game running on the Fox engine. It is a real game.
PS3-360 相当で、今私の PC 上で動いています。
So what we're going to show you is running on PC. The PC specs are the same as roughly the same as PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360.
現行機さ、次世代機があります。
So this will run on current gen hardware. It's not a next gen game.
で、オープンワールドなので、最初カメラがずっとワンショットで最後までずっとワンショットでできます。これはオープンワールドというのをお見せしたかったので。
And you'll notice if you watch this that the camera moves seamlessly throughout the scene. So I want to show this open world, and you can get that feel from this.
で、今日皆さん残念ながらその実機を持ってこれなかったので、実機で直撮りした映像になります。
So unfortunately, we couldn't bring all the hardware here to show you this running, real time. But what we did is we took a video of it running in real time. We showed it to the 25th anniversary event. We showed that to you today.
25周年の時にスタッフにプレイしてもらったんですけど、緊張して手が震えて最悪なプレイをしてたので、今日はビデオなんで安心です。
So unfortunately, during the 25th anniversary event, we got playing it. Since it was live, we were really nervous, kind of shaking, and maybe the gameplay wasn't as good as it should have been. So today we got a video of some nice, cool gameplay for you. About 15 minutes.
You're solid. Ground zeros. Let's take a look at the world premiere right here. Enjoy it, guys.
This game has a title. ないとアザーベース査察の件これと無関係とは思わない。隠れに隠査察おそらくパスのリークを裏付けることだ。俺たちは国家の議事をしない軍隊だ。この軍事力が明るみに出世界中が敵になる。まだパスを含むサイバーという政府情報機関にとって脅威だ。パスがサイバーの正体を知っている。ああ、生きているならこちらに協力してもらう。サイバーへの唯一手がかりだ。
え
It's all real world, this is open world, you can see, so everything that you see in distance, that's
どう
space.
いう意味でもどういう方法でも、いろんなことができるリアルな、シミュレーション。
Anywhere you want, it's completely open, real life type of simulation.
ちょっとこう見つからないようにしてますけど。
Okay, so we're going to try to sneak through here without being spotted.
で、向こうに装甲車が来てます。
And you see the distance there, you can see some headlights approaching. There's armored vehicles, so we're going to try to get through here without being
あ
spotted.
れも奪って乗ることができる。
And you can actually steal vehicles like this, you can and pilot them as well.
いろんな乗り物は自分で乗れます。
It's a completely open world, so you can ride a variety of different types of vehicles.
自分で運んでいくんです。ヘリで運んでいってそれで乗ってるんです。
And you can do things like pull helicopters and various other things as well.
ちょっとじゃあ、ヤグラの兵士を。
So there's a guy who turns the watchdog.
サプレッサー付きの銃です。
So this is a guy with a suppressor on it.
はい。これマップですね。四角のところが、さっき牢屋があった。
That area off in the distance, that square area,
で、
that's
どう
the
いう
cage.
どういう線の方が近くでいいです。
And you can use any method you want to approach that.
ちょっと広いんで、
It's a very wide open stage.
乗り物を探してます。
So right now I'm looking for a vehicle. Oh, there we have one.
さっき倒した保証が持ってきた。
And so that's the
車ですね。
the
で、日本
officer
なんで、
right here.
帰ってかかってますので、これ、これ。
So let's get in here.
見つからない。
Okay, so let's get through here, trying to get spotted.
そ
So this is like, maybe a typical, like, so you can do a lot of different things.
すごいのは、いつでもどこでも急に出てくれます。
But one of the cool things about this game that differentiates from other games, you can use a flare, they call it a helicopter, at any time, anywhere. So you can call a helicopter for like fire. So you start hearing some sounds here soon. Here it comes. And if I cover fire for you if needed. Of course, if you pull it in somewhere where it gets spotted easily, it will get shut down, so be careful. Now that you're fed up with these here, you can actually adjust this. You can choose whatever song you want for this. But if you use a really loud song, that might make it get found, so you want to be careful. Okay, so today, we're just going to take it to this point. We got here, we're about to sneak in, but we didn't have much time, so we're just going to take a helicopter and leave.
これで他の国に行ったり、そのミッションをしたり、ヘリに乗らずにミッションを続けると思います。
So you can use a helicopter to fly between different missions, go to other countries, things like that.
この下が全部行けると思います。
And you see, everything you see down there on the ground, you can actually go with it. It's completely open. Right. There we have it. How did you guys like it? Like it?
Now there's so many questions. Let's see who's going to answer. So, Ground Zero, is that our first look at Snake? I guess is back, so we're wondering about the timeline and things like that. Was that our first look at Metal Gear Solid 5?
ですね、プロローグと思ってください。プロローグ。
So we're not going to say it's 5 just yet, but we're going to say it's a prologue.
シーンとして。
Prologue?
Prologue is yes.
And it's a current gen system, but everything else that people online were saying, oh, is that, another system? But no, that's what you're going to look like on Xbox 360, PlayStation 3.
これはティンコークです。PS3 と3だと思います。 ソート。
So this is exactly what it should look like. You know, it's running on PC hardware that's roughly the same spec as PS3 and Xbox 360, so maybe it'll look like that.
で当然次世代用のホークスも作ってますので、そっちになるともっとすごいことになります。
But we are working, of course, you know, PAX is multi-platform, and we are working on, you know, next-gen hardware as well, and it'll look very, very good on that.
例えばさっき車でバックミラーがポリゴンがカクカクしてたところだったと思うんですけど、ホークスが映ってた。
For example, you know, you can see that one scene where the guy's just in the mirror. You can see some polygons there, things like that. You know, we'll just move out if we have better hardware.
あれは次世代でいうとテスレーションという技術ですごく綺麗な絵になります。
Use tessellation to smooth things like that out, you know, if we use stronger hardware.
Excellent. Well, it looks pretty amazing as is. And we'll look forward to hearing more about it in the future. Pretty special. We're happy Snake's back, guys.
Yeah, I guess you could say that. I've been doing it for 25 years. It's hard to believe.
All right. Well, now we're going to get some questions from fans in here. We received these questions from the Konami Facebook channel. We're going to see what the fans have to ask about Ground Zero and some of the other games. This first question comes from a fan and is asking about, you mentioned before you originally went into video games because you went into video games because you thought it would be something important in the future. Have we reached that point yet? Has storytelling for video games evolved in the way you originally thought?
僕が入った25年前よりはすごく表現力が高まっていろんなことができるようになりました。そうです。技術的にもどんどん上がっていくので、果てしながら上がっていくので、これからもどんどんできることが広がっていくと思います。
Well, honestly, I think it's just going to keep on improving and getting better and better. You know, it's compared to where it's at now compared to where it was 25 years ago when I first started, and it's completely different. And I think it's just going to keep on going and keep on growing.
なんですけど、25年ゲームを作ってますけど、まだゲームでのストーリーテリングっていうのはちょっと正解なものができてないので、それができるまでは現役で続けたいと思ってます。
You know, but I think, you know, even now though there's still limitations, things that games still can't accomplish that they haven't accomplished, and so that's what keeps on driving me and keep on creating new things.
All right, next question is another fan. What is the most exciting feature you can share with us about the PAX engine?
ですね、先ほど言いましたけど、田瀬さんの素晴らしいエンジンがいっぱいある中で、ここがすごいというよりも、やっぱり自分たちが作っているエンジンなんで、ここを変えたい、こうしたいっていうのが、すごく簡単にできる、そこですよね、特徴という僕らの強みは。
Yeah, so, you know, as we said previously, you know, there are a lot of great engines out there to choose from, but I think for us, you know, what makes Fox engine special is that it's our engines, we're tailoring it exactly what we need, you know, we're making a very specific kind of game with a certain experience, with the ability to go in and tinker Fox engine that allows us to make whatever we want to make.
で今そのホックスエンジンで、グランドゼロを作っているんで、ここでいろんな改良をしながらチューンをしていきますので、結果的には非常にいいものになると思います。
And you know, right now we're using it to develop ground zeros, and as we're working on the game, you know, we have various requests for the tools teams. We're always tinkering with it, improving on it, so only we get better.
And ground zero is that related to how it's sort of like the prologue, you said, like it's the start, or that name is?
そうですね。MGS1 の、潜入のイメージをホックスでやってみようというのがグランドゼロです。
So I can't say too much about that, but simply put, yes, I guess you could say that. You know, one of the concepts behind the Ground Zeroes project is kind of being able to recreate that Metal Gear Solid 1 feeling of Fox engine.
当然これだけで終わらない大きなものをちょっと仕込んでいるということです。
But you know, this isn't the end. This is just the beginning. We have big things planned.